This is not a forecast. It is an urgent alert. For every traveler, every family, and every individual with a connection to the United States, the window for understanding critical new border realities is closing. 2025 is set to unleash sweeping, unprecedented changes to U.S. immigration and entry policies under a potential new Trump administration. These are not minor adjustments. They are foundational shifts designed to fundamentally control who enters the nation and under what conditions. Expect immediate and intensified extreme vetting for all visa categories, extending far beyond traditional checks. New, aggressive travel restrictions are on the table, targeting an expanded list of nations and potentially encompassing broader criteria, including historical visa overstay rates. Reports indicate a serious push to reevaluate or even challenge birthright citizenship itself. Current visa holders, those with pending applications, and even long-term residents must prepare for significant shifts. Increased scrutiny at every port of entry, dramatically longer processing times, and a potential severe reduction in temporary visa programs. The discussions include proposals for expedited deportations, expanded detention protocols, and a significant scale back of humanitarian protections. Your ability to visit, work, study, or establish a life in the U.S. will be redefined. This is not about political debate. It is about factual policy shifts that demand your immediate attention. Ignorance of these changes is no longer an option. This video provides the direct, unvarnished truth about what's coming and what it means for you. Do not risk your future by remaining uninformed. Your immediate understanding is paramount. To ensure this vital intelligence reaches everyone who needs it, demand this content be seen. Click the like button now. Your action ensures this critical information cuts through the noise. The shift we're witnessing in U.S. border policy is not simply a continuation of previous administrations' approaches. It represents a fundamental reimagining of America's relationship with the rest of the world, particularly when it comes to who is welcomed, who is deterred, and how legal and illegal entry will be managed. We need to dissect these anticipated changes with precision, moving beyond general anxieties to specific policy proposals that could reshape countless lives. This is about more than just headlines. It's about the tangible mechanisms being put into place that will affect your ability to travel, work, study, and even reside in the United States. Let's begin with the concept of extreme vetting, a term that has become synonymous with stricter immigration controls. Under the proposed framework, this isn't just about additional background checks. It's about an entirely new layer of scrutiny designed to filter applicants through a much finer sieve. Imagine applying for a tourist visa, a student visa, or even a professional H-1B visa, and facing an interview process that delves deeply into your social media history, your online associations, and even the political leanings of your extended family. We're talking about algorithms potentially sifting through years of your digital footprint, searching for keywords, connections, or past interactions that could be flagged as a security risk or even simply anti-American sentiment. This level of data mining is intended to create a comprehensive profile, and any perceived inconsistency or questionable activity could lead to immediate denial, even if you have a legitimate reason to enter the country. This dynamic approach means that a country not currently on a ban list could find itself there with little notice, potentially leaving travelers stranded or preventing them from making planned journeys. This creates an environment of constant uncertainty for international travel, where plans made months in advance could be derailed by an overnight policy shift. Imagine booking flights, reserving accommodation, and arranging your schedule, only to find that your nationality has suddenly been deemed inadmissible. This also puts immense pressure on countries to comply with U.S. demands for information sharing and deportation facilitation, potentially impacting diplomatic relations and global mobility on a wider scale. Now, let's turn to one of the most contentious areas of discussion: birthright citizenship. For over a century and a half, the 14th Amendment of the U.S. Constitution has largely been interpreted to grant automatic citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil, regardless of their parents' immigration status. However, A potential new administration is signaling a strong intent to challenge this long-standing precedent. Beyond these headline-grabbing changes, the operational aspects of immigration enforcement are also expected to undergo a significant overhaul. We are hearing about a massive surge in internal enforcement, moving beyond border regions to target individuals across the entire country. This means increased raids, not just at workplaces, but potentially in communities, homes, and other locations previously considered sensitive. The expansion of programs like 287G, which deputizes local law enforcement to act as immigration agents, could see local police forces playing a much more direct role in identifying and detaining individuals for immigration violations, blurring the lines between local policing and federal immigration enforcement. This increased collaboration could lead to a chilling effect within immigrant communities, making individuals less likely to report crimes, seek medical assistance, or engage with local authorities out of fear of deportation. The goal is to create an environment where unauthorized immigrants feel compelled to self-deport due to the pervasive threat of arrest and removal, dramatically changing the daily lives of millions. For those already in the U.S. on various temporary visas, think H-1B for skilled workers, F-1 for students, or J-1 for exchange visitors, a period of immense uncertainty looms. The rhetoric surrounding these programs often focuses on their potential impact on American jobs, leading to proposals for stricter eligibility requirements, higher prevailing wage minimums, and even outright reductions in the number of visas issued annually. For H-1B visa holders, this could mean more frequent requests for evidence RFEs, longer processing times for extensions and transfers, and a higher likelihood of denial, forcing highly skilled professionals to leave the country. Students on F-1 visas might face heightened scrutiny during their studies, stricter post-graduation optional practical training regulations, and a more difficult path to transitioning to work visas. The goal is to prioritize American workers and limit the flow of foreign talent, which could have a profound impact on industries reliant on international expertise, from technology and medicine to scientific research. Businesses may find it increasingly difficult to recruit and retain the talent they need, potentially stifling innovation and economic growth in key sectors. Furthermore, humanitarian programs, which offer a lifeline to vulnerable populations fleeing persecution, conflict, or natural disasters, are expected to be severely curtailed. Programs like Temporary Protected Status (TPS), which grants temporary residency to individuals from countries experiencing extraordinary conditions, could see their designations revoked, forcing hundreds of thousands of people who have lived and worked in the U.S. for years to face deportation. Asylum policies, already under immense pressure, are likely to become even more restrictive, with higher burdens of proof for asylum seekers, limited access to legal counsel, and expanded use of expedited removal processes that bypass traditional court proceedings. The fundamental principle of offering refuge to those in need could be significantly diminished, aligning with a more insular and protectionist national posture. This shift will inevitably lead to more individuals being returned to dangerous situations, raising significant human rights concerns and challenging international norms of protection. Finally, the sheer operational capacity of immigration enforcement agencies, particularly Immigration and Customs Enforcement (ICE) and Customs and Border Protection (CBP), is expected to surge. This isn't just about more agents. It's about expanded detention facilities, increased surveillance technologies, and a significant boost in funding allocated for arrests and deportations. These are not hypothetical scenarios dreamt up for dramatic effect. These are policy proposals outlined in detailed blueprints, discussed by advisors, and, in some cases, already being tested. The implications are profound, extending beyond individuals to families, communities, and indeed, the global standing of the United States. Understanding these potential changes is no longer a matter of passive interest. It is a critical necessity for anyone whose life, directly or indirectly, touches the American border or its immigration system. The time for informed preparedness is now.